This video is for anyone that was absent today, Thursday, January 5th, as well as, again, parents who want to understand how their children are learning this concept, the language that we use in class to describe it or explain it. In case your kids need help on homework or in case you have any questions on it, just holler. But this is what we did today. They're learning the addition algorithm. Next week they'll learn the subtraction algorithm. And as I said in class, algorithm is just a fancy word for steps, the steps to solve this problem. These are 2- and 3-digit addition problems. We've been doing these all year. We've just either used a number line or a model to solve them. And that was so kids would understand the value of the numbers. If 632 is bigger than 397, and if so, how much bigger is it, or how much smaller is the other number? So just so they would understand and get a mental picture of the value of the numbers they were working with. But now we're moving to just pencil, paper, and digits, not a picture anymore. Okay, so here's the steps that they have in their math notebook. And we follow the steps to the T. The first few days we do this until they get really good at it. And I'll show you some misconceptions that they have along the way. As adults, we're just used to doing it this way. So it just makes sense to us, but we forget how we learned it and the mistakes that can be made. Step 1, line up the add-ins by place value, hundreds, tens, and ones. On the graph paper, I do that first to introduce these problems, because if you just plug in 1 digit per square, it's lined up nice and neat for you already. When they first try to do it on their own, kids sometimes do 125 plus 634. They don't have that spatial sense yet, and so they don't realize that if you're not doing it nice and neat and lining it up, your answer will be totally off, and it looks like you'll have the thousands when you really shouldn't. Okay, so that's why we line it up. Step 2, add the ones place first. I tell them it's the opposite of reading and writing. If you did this in Miss Raymond or Miss Nelson's class, they would think you're crazy. But in math, we have to start in the ones place in case we have to regroup or trade. Us adults learned it as, in addition, if you carry the 1 over. It's not called that anymore, but it's the same concept. So we add the ones place first. 5 plus 4, 5 and 5 is 10. 4 is 1 less, so that would make it 9. Or you can use the count on strategy, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Step 3, check if your answer is 10 or more. If it is, we have to regroup. Okay? That's what we used to call trading, when we would bundle the 10s over and move it over in our models. 9 is not more, 10 or more, so we do not have to regroup. It fits right there perfectly. Okay, 2 plus 3 in the tens place. This is step 4. Add the tens, then the hundreds. So here's the tens, 3, 4, 5, and we still have to check. Is 5 10 or more? No, so we don't have to regroup. We move on to the hundreds. 6 and 1 more is 7. We check one more time. Is 7 10 or more? No, it is not. It fits perfectly in the hundreds place, so we have 759, and we did not have to regroup on number 1 because none of our answers, our sums, were 10 or more. Okay, number 2. Oops, forgot to erase that from the other class. Number 2, we have 8 plus, it's lined up already. Step 1, line it up, hundreds, tens, ones. It's lined up perfectly. Step 2, add the ones place first. We have 8 plus 9. We can do a near doubles. 9 plus 9 is 18. Since 8 is 1 less than 18 is 17. We cannot squish the 1 and the 7 in the ones place. Only 1 digit can go there. Okay? So what we do is we put the 1 at the top of the next place. If we're in the ones place right here and our answer is 17, the 1 goes at the top of the next place, which is the 10. I have the kids circle it so they don't forget it's there. And then the 7 can stay in the ones place. So we still have 17. We just had to write the 1 in a different place. Okay? Then we go on. Add the tens place next. In the tens place, we had 0 plus 4, which is 4. Don't forget to add that 1 on top. So 4 and one more is 5. That's why I have you circle it, because a lot of kids will try to forget that. So when we first start, I have them circle it so they don't forget to add it. Okay, 5, we go back and check. Is it 10 or more? Nope, it fits perfectly, so we don't have to regroup here. We go on to the hundreds. 7, 8, 9. Let's check. Is 9 10 or more? No. So the only place we had to regroup was in the ones place, because 17 was 10 or more. So we made one bundle, moved it over, and kept our 7 ones that were left over to get 957. So basically it's called regrouping, or I call it trading, where they move it over at the top of the next place. We used to call it carry it over, whatever you learned it as. But that's how your kids are learning it. That's what they learned today. Next week I will have a subtraction video, because that has a lot more steps for the regrouping. So I hope this helps. Holler if you have any questions. Thanks.